The surf and the well population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say that television, outside include the newspaper less. Some 25% of regular users say that spending less time at social events and talking on the phone, and right percent is less time shopping in the store. 30% say they have less face-to-face contact. In the opinion of Norman Yee, director of the study, the internet poses a powerful isolating technology that undermines our community participation. It may he considered gives people a Western touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there is the question of whether society is getting too dependent on computer generally. In a poll conducted in 2005 Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 83%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce shopping is seeing a beneficial effect on the planet. The Center of Energy and Climate Solutions in 2000 figured the Internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail floor space and 2 billion in office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt hours, or reduced by 35 million metric tons into the atmosphere. Hmm. Newspapers less. Some 25% of regular users say they're spending less time at social events and talking on the phone, and right percentage less time shopping in the store. 30% say they have less face-to-face social and family contact. In the opinion of Norman Yee, director of the study, the internet poses a powerful isolating technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone or giving someone a hug. Then the question of whether society is getting too dependent on computers generally. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping and doing business by internet has a beneficial effect on the planet. The Center for Energy and Climate Solutions in 2000 figured that Internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail floor space and 2 billion in office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt hours, and reduce by 35 million metric tons the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. The survey found when half of the population had access to the internet home or in the office. Some 60% say they cut down on television and outside. Hi. The survey found that well over half the The survey found that well over half the adult population had access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they uh the hobbies are. Some 60% say that they とか have とか that とかもうほんまに They found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down on television. Say they have persons say they have cut down television. Say they have cut down television. Uh, the survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home in the office. Some 6% say they have cut down on television, and about third indicate they read newspapers less. Some 25% of regular users say they are spending less time at social events and talking on the phone, and like percentage less time shopping in stores. 30% say they have less face-to-face social and family contact. Social and family contact. Social and family contact. Ah, the survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 6% say they have cut down on television, and about a third indicate the newspapers less. Some 25% of regular users say they are spending less time at social events and talking on phone, a like percentage of time shopping in store. 30% say they have less face-to-face social and family contact. Huh? Number 39. The survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 6% say they have cut down on television, and about a third oy, indicates they read, indicate they read, indicate they read newspapers less. Hey. Indicate they read newspapers less. Indicate they read newspapers less. 39. The survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have. Oh my god. Some 6% say they have cut down on television. Some 6% have. Some 60% say they have cut down on television. Some 60% say they have cut down on television. Tell me more. The survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down on television, and about the third indicate they more. So indicate they read. They とリードが紛らわしいわ。Newspapers less. 頼むって。The survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down on television, and about a third indicate they read newspapers less. Some 25% of regular users say they are spending less time at social events or talking on the phone, and a large percentage less time shopping in store. And 30% say they have less face-to-face through social and family contact. In the opinion of Norman, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolating technology that undermines the email, he considered. Give people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there is the situation of whether society is getting too dependent on computers generally. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Public Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping and doing business by internet is seen as having a 2000 figure that say 1. Uh, the survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down on television, and a third indicated they read newspaper less. Some 25% of regular users say they are spending less time at social events and are talking on the phone, and a like percentage less time shopping in stores. Certain persons say they have less face-to-face social and family contact. In the opinion of Nominee, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolation technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. The other question was society is getting too dependent on computers generally. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping, and doing business by internet is seen as having a beneficial effect on the planet. The Center for Energy and Climate Solutions in 2000 figured that the internet will save feet in little floor space and 2 billion on space. Cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt hours and reduced by 35 million metric tons the amount of greenhouse into the atmosphere. Ah, the survey found that well over half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they cut down on television, and about a third indicate they read newspaper less. Some 25% of regular users say they're spending less time at social events or talking on the phone, and a like percentage less time shopping in stores. 13% say face-to-face social and family contact. In the opinion of Norman Yee, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolation technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there is the question of whether society is getting too dependent on computers generally. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping and doing business by internet, is seen as having a beneficial effect on the planet. The Center for Energy and Climate Solutions in 2000 figured that the Internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail floor space and 2 billion on office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt hour, and reduced by 35 million metric tons that got released into the atmosphere. Uh, the survey found that well over half of the population has access to the internet home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down on television, and about a third indicated they read newspapers less. Some 25% of regular users say they are spending less time on social events and talking on the phone, and a like percentage less time shopping in stores. 7% say they have less face-to-face social and family contact. In the opinion of Norman Ying, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolation technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there's the question of whether society generally, in a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping, and doing business by internet is seen as having a beneficial effect on the planet. The Center for Energy and Climate Solutions in 2000 figured that the internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail floor space and 2 billion in office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt hours, and reduced by 35 million metric tons. ああ、面倒だな。速いんだよな、スピードが。Aside from the world, half the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Some 60% say they have cut down the television. I would say get the newspaper less. Some 25 spending less time at social events and talking at home. I like a percentage less time shopping in stores. 13% say they have less to face-to-face social and family contact. In the opinion of Norman Yee, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolating technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there is the question of whether on computers generally. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping, and doing business by internet is seen as having a direct effect on climate solution. In 2000, figured that the internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail floor space and 2 billion in office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt-hours, and reduce by 35 million metric tons the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. Uh, the survey found that well over half of the adult population has access to the internet at home or in the office. Now 60% say they have cut down on television, and 5 thirds indicate they read newspaper less. And 25 less of regular users are say and like percentage less time shopping in stores. 13% say that in the opinion of Noone, director of the study, the Internet poses a powerful isolating technology that undermines our community participation. Email, he considered, gives people a way to stay in touch, but it's not the same as listening to someone's voice or giving someone a hug. Then there is a question of society. In a poll conducted in 2000 by Popular Science, more than half of those responding, 53%, said yes. On the other hand, e-commerce, shopping, and doing business by internet is seen as having a beneficial effect in terms of energy and climate solution. In 2000 figured that the internet will save 1.5 billion square feet in retail and 2 billion in office space, cut annual energy needs by 53 billion kilowatt-hours, and reduced by 35 million metric tons the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. いや、厳しいな。Some people point to the integrated disparity between the have computer and the have nots, calling it a digital divide. For example, while computer literacy was a taken for granted part of the curriculum in most schools, there was a count of schools that had no instruction in computers at all. Forbes magazine in 2000 told of blue collar worker in such a school district. He sold his car to his computer. He had a 2 hour bus ride to work. ああ、そうか、ここよ。Yet it has income. In 2000, income with income under $15,000, only 7% were online. Nearly 75%. Not just this disparity. Solutions range from computer recycling centers, telling your old one to be refurbished for a poor family, to outright buying everything computer. In May, just as was proposed for every junior and senior high school student by 2007. A greater uncertainty, proportionally greater for the have than have not, that seem to go with the internet. The web sharing trend was Business Week headline is in June 2000. It was about a nationwide survey of the social impact of the Internet by Stanford University Institute for the Quantitative Study of Society. Its key finding: the Internet promises to have profound effect on the way Americans live. Ah, ah. Asian computers at all. Mad Magazine in 2002, Brookhair worked inside the school district. He sold his car to buy his son's computer, following the 2-hour bus ride to work. It remained to for him son's future. At home, computer use directly reflects household income. In 2000, in home with income under $15,000, only 7% were online. When income was greater than 2,075, how to adjust the disparity? Solutions range from computer recycling centers, 10-year-old want to be published from for family, the outright buying everything student for his or her uh, by 2007. A greater uncertainty, proportionally greater who have than have not. The decline in human contact that seems to go with the internet. The web children trend, as Business Week headlined it in June 2000, is a nationwide survey on the social impact of the internet by Stanford University Institute for the Quantitative. As key finding, the internet promises to have profound effect on the way Americans lives. Ah, ah. Scientists who study human brain once conducted a simple experiment. Using electrodes, they measured the brain of a group of depressed women in ways that caused pleasure feeling. The unhappy women came to no harm. Indeed, their moods improved, at least for a short time. But after the experiment, the women seemed to have fallen in love with the experimenters. A few policy specialists are now beginning to realize that such experiments present far more of a threat to human dignity and freedom than the genetic cloning. Cloning is a subject of heated public debate, with proposals for computer ban. Yet, when it comes to neuroscience, no government policy exists to stop any kind of mind experiment. Scientists who use a brain-altering technique to create remote-control rats might not even consider the possibility that the same could be done to create human programmed to obey. If asked to guess which group of scientists is most likely to be responsible in the future for changing the essential nature of humanity, most people might suggest the geneticists. In fact, neuroscientists present a greater and much more immediate threat. Moreover, it is a threat that is largely ignored by policymakers and the public, who seem mainly concerned with fantastic images of genetic manipulation. 공교락스피거인데요. Scientists who study the human brain once conducted a simple experiment. Using electrodes, they massaged the brain of a group of depressed women in ways that caused pleasurable feeling. The unhappy women came to no harm. Indeed, their moods improved, at least for a short time. But after the experiment, the women seemed to have fallen in love with the experimenters. A few policy science specialists are now beginning to realize Such experiments present far more a threat to human dignity and freedom than the genetic cloning. Cloning is a subject of heated public debate. The proposal for a complete ban. Yet, when it comes to neuroscience, no government policy exists to stop any kind of mind experiment. Scientists who use a brain alternative technique to create remote control rats might not even consider the possibility that the same could be done to create humans programmed to obey. If asked to guess which group of scientists is most likely to be responsible in the future for changing the essential nature of humanity, most people might suggest geneticists. In fact, neuroscientists present a greater and much more immediate threat. Moreover, it is a threat that is largely ignored by policymakers and public, who seem mainly concerned with fantastic images of genetic manipulation. Scientists who study the human brain once conducted a simple experiment. Using electrodes, they measured the brain of a group of depressed women in ways that caused pleasurable feelings. The unhappy women came to no harm. Indeed, the mood improves, at least for a short time. After the experiment, the women seemed to have fallen in love with the experimenters. A few policy specialists are now beginning to realize that such experiments present a far more of a threat to human dignity and freedom than does genetic cloning. Cloning is a subject of heated public debate, with proposal for a complete ban. Yet, when it comes to neuroscience, no government policy exists to stop any kind of mind experiment. Scientists who use a brain-altering technique to create remote-controlled rats might not even consider the possibility that the same could be done to create humans programmed to obey. If asked to guess which group of scientists is most likely to be responsible in the future for changing the essential nature of humanity, most people might suggest geneticists. In fact, neuroscience presents a greater and much more immediate threat. Moreover, it is a threat that is largely ignored by policymakers and the public, who seem mainly concerned with fantastic images of genetic manipulation. Who studied human brain conducted a simple experiment on using electrodes. They measured the brain of a group of depressed women in ways that caused pleasurable feelings. The unhappy woman came to no harm. The unhappy woman came to no harm. Indeed, the mood improved at least for a short time. But after the experiment, the woman seemed to have fallen in love with the experimenters. A few policy specialists are now beginning to realize 少数の政策の専門家たちが beginning to realize 気づき始めてます。Such experiments present far more of a threat to human dignity and freedom than does genetic cloning. 気づき始めてます。そのような実験が present far more of a threat, far more よりはるかに大きな脅威 to human dignity 人間の尊厳や自由にめっちゃでかい脅威を与えます。than does genetic cloning. 遺伝子のクローニングよりも、遺伝子のクローニングよりもはるかに脅威だと。Cloning is a subject of heated public debate. クローニングは話題だ of heated public debate. 公のディベート討論でも活性化した話題である。クローニングは一般の人々が議論を交わしている話題であり、public ディベート、討論交わしている。激論か。created public debate 問題であり with proposal 同意 for a complete ban 完璧な禁止という提案か with proposal 提案とともに with for a complete ban 禁止の提案もなされている禁止の提案もある with proposal with proposal proposal with proposal 提案 for a complete ban Yet, when it comes to neuroscience, しかし、神経科学のことだ、神経科学のことになると、no government policy exists to stop any kind of mind experiment. ない、no government、政府はない、policy、government policy、政府の政策はありません。存在しません。exist to stop、止める any kind of mind experiment。精神実験か。精神の実験を any kind of どの精神の実験どんな精神の実験の種類も止めるガバメントポリシーは存在しません。はい。Scientists who use the brain altering technique to create remote control rats 科学者はどんな科学者ですか ?Brain altering technique 脳を書き換える技術を使う科学者 to create 遠隔操作の、ラットを生み出す脳を書き換える技術を持つscientist might not even consider the possibility は考えさえもしないそんな可能性を最も考えさえしないけどね。that the same could be done create human program to obey 従順に、プログラムされた人間を生み出すようなことは同じ that the same could be done 同じことを人に行うようなことは考えさえもしない。同じ技術。The same ってのは、same はあれか。A brain alternate technique か。The same could be done. 技術が could be done to create 作ることができる。The same could be done to create human program to obey. If asked to guess which group of scientists is most likely to be responsible in the future for changing the essential nature of humanity, もし if asked to guess 推測すると頼まれる、質問される。聞かれたならば、which group of scientists is most likely to どのグループですかどの学者のグループ、科学者のグループですか most likely to be responsible in、最も責任を持つ可能性がある、the future for changing the essential nature of humanity、人類の極めて重要な本質の変化 the future 未来、for changing 変化させるエッセンシャル本質的な極めて重要な nature 本質極めて重要な人間の本質を変化させる未来に最も責任を持つ者はどの学者か、どの科学者のグループかと尋ねられたら、most people might suggest geneticists ほとんどの人が遺伝子学者を提案するというだろう。In fact, でも実際、neuroscientists present a greater and much more immediate threat 即座の脅威を much more 大きく、より greater 大きく、さらなる危険を大きな、そしてはるかに直接的にmuch more immediate はるかに直接的な脅威を与えます。ニューロサイエンスは。 Moreover, さらに、it is a threat that is largely ignored by policy makers and the public. それは、ニューロサイエンスは脅威である。どんな脅威かというと、is largely ignored ほとんど大的に largely ignored 無視されています。by policy makers 政策立案者と the public 大衆に、公衆に、一般の人々に。who seems mainly concerned with who っていうのは policy makers and the public seem mainly concerned with fantastic images of genetic manipulation、彼らは、ように見える seem mainly ほとんどが concerned with 関心があるように見える fantastic、奇妙な素晴らしい総天外な奇怪な、印象遺伝子、マニピュレーションは手術、操作か、マニピュレーション、操作、遺伝子操作の奇怪な印象に、夢中であると。はあ、いやー、だいぶフラストレーションたまるな。聞こえない、読めないとなると。めんどくせー、この人。大変だわ。